Anything else?
Don't wear your black suit. It makes you look like a mortician.
Very excited to chat with you both about The Accountant 2. Cynthia, I'd love to start with you first because I love that Maribeth has such a bigger role in this film in comparison to the first one, although heartbroken that she doesn't get to have that banter with JK. What was it like for you going into this, working with Gavin to really flesh out who Maribeth is on her own in this, bigger role?
Yeah, I like you, wondered, when I returned for the sequel, I thought, okay, when we last saw Mary Beth, JK as Ray King is sort of handing over the baton, she's stepping into that role. And then when I read the script and I, without giving any spoilers away, I thought, oh, okay, this isn't going to be quite what I thought maybe for what Mary Beth is going to experience. But I just was very excited to get to revisit this character in this world again, because it just felt like there was more story to tell. Like you wanted to know, well, what does happen to these characters when you leave them in the first movie? And so I think we have done what is very difficult to do, which is make a sequel that lives up to the original and heightens everything, elevates everything, and gives you even more. So I'm really proud, and I'm very excited because I feel like audiences who love the first one are really going to love the second one. I really feel that.
People say the second one might be pretty good.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say better because they're different in what they're doing, but for sure there's a different experience, I think, for the audience on the sequel, because it's there's humor, which we didn't necessarily have as much of a humorous element in the first one. You have to kind of have these bigger set pieces in terms of action, new characters that also bring an added element. So I just think that the audience was chomping at the bit for a sequel. They had to wait almost 9 years, and now they're going to get something that's truly worth the wait.
I couldn't agree more, and I love the way that Gavin and Bill evolved it beyond what the first movie was, and I can't wait for people to dive in. Speaking of new characters, though, Daniella, I wanted to turn to you because I love how much you bring sort of a unique balance in which you are alluding to the eventual reveal that we get of the character and making her more than just another villain for Ben and John to go up against. What was it like finding that balance and having those discussions with Gavin throughout filming?
Well, Gavin gives a ton of autonomy and creative freedom to his actors, and I really say that in a way that is unprecedented for me. Most of the time you work with a director, they already know what they want, and sometimes they don't really want to hear your inputs. Like, we know how you're going to look, we know how you're going to sound, and that was not the case with Gavin, which is why I now know why so many actors love working with him. I got to pick her hair color. I wanted her to be blonde, and Gavin was like, okay, tell the department head. And I was like, no way, really? Like, so that was different. And he loves to talk about background, and he loves to talk about, what would she do in this instance? Like, he would ask me questions like, what would she do? What's she doing on the weekend? And these were not questions that I was thinking about, but it really made playing such a stone cold killer a little more layered, and there's like a lot more to it. So it was great because it wasn't just like the T-1000 just to be the T-1000, like there was context, and I think that Gavin really held my hand to get there.
Well, having those layers, like you say, really do make you so much more compelling to watch than just another brutal killer. And I can't wait for people to meet her and get to see the rest of her journey. I see I got to wrap up, so I'll get out of here. But thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with me. I appreciate it. And I wanted to say really quickly as well, Daniella, I'm a big fan of your Faye Valentine performance still. So
thank you so much.
There are people like me out there who loved the show and miss your take on it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Have a good one, y'all.
Thank you.